To plan communication on a project, it is essential that you determine and analyze stakeholders. So first of all, we need to understand that in real life situation, there are multiple tools and systems, like your knowledge management systems comes into the place, and there are multiple tools and systems which are used when you say that you are planning communication system. And also it provides you a flexibility that you can daily schedule or monthly basis schedule your meetings, and it itself prepares the MOM, etc. So we need to understand, and even and you can store those in the configuration management. So basically we can understand that whenever it is like plan communication management, we need to define the level of monthly level of the reports which goes to the customer, etc. And also we need to define that we need to understand that what is the frequency will be what kind of frequency will be there. And also we need to understand that the kind of tools which we will be using. And the stakeholder management and your communication management goes hand in hand. The stakeholders register will be your input to the communication management. Different stakeholders need to receive different information. Some may like it in a report format, some may say that I want a personal meeting. So it is on the your power analysis, the power of the stakeholder. And you must figure out in advance what each stakeholder needs when it comes to communication. On your projects, do you take the time to ask stakeholders about their communication requirements? If no, then it is a trouble, because it's one of the critical. I have seen in public sector clients, they openly say that if you are as a project manager absent, then there is no information from the team. We are lack of any reports, and so it happens that customer is he's waiting for your communication, because he has to he is answerable to his business users. He has to communicate certain dates to the other people, other his business users, and about the IT delivery which is going to happen in the production, etc. So it is must that we should inform him properly. In IT delivery it becomes very important, because then it becomes stop, then it becomes a very major impact in the customer, because then he doesn't have information. If the delivery is not going to happen on schedule, then also the customer should be intimated so that he creates a plan accordingly. Remember that you need to gather requirements from your stakeholder that refer not just to how they want the product of the project to function, but also to how they want to communicate and be communicated with on the project. Like I'm not just going to talk to my customer on the requirement, then it becomes very boring, then the relation becomes very formal. If you want to have proper relationship with the customer, if you want a repeat business, if you want to have grow your account with that customer, then it is must that you ask the customer what kind of communication he requires, and you put it in the plan communication management which goes in the project plan. Also keep in mind that these communication requirements need to be analyzed to make sure that meeting them will add value to the organization and will be worth the effort and cost involved. See, I'm sitting and making 1 hour, I or my team lead, they are sitting and making 1 hour project report or your status report. Is it going to helpful if it is not having, if it is not proper or not giving any information to the customer which is required? I can put n number of detailing, but if it is not useful to the customer or the stakeholders who are reading it, is it going to be useful? Think about it. If it is not useful, then definitely you have wasted your time, and definitely you have wasted your time and cost involved in it. You could have used your that if your team lead is preparing, or your time on some other productive work. If you work on a small project, you might believe you can simply spend a few minutes thinking about the what information it has to be, the people you have to communicate to, your team or the stakeholder. Taking this attitude will be a mistake in PMI exam, because PMI exams, they think that you have executed large projects, and the communication management will be on that perspective.